because, like I said, to keep the algorithm up. So I try to come in, but I just came in from working out. Now, a lot of time we assume or put ourselves in bad situations because of the life choices we make. And I always tell people some of the life choices I made also took me to incarceration. And I tell people, I think that was ordained, that was going to happen in my life, so I really don't dwell on it. I really don't look at it as a hardship. Like some people say, damn, you've been to prison. I don't look at it as a hardship because I think God had a plan for me before the day my mother and father had sex and she was impregnated. So I look at things like that. And also, it might have would have saved my life. I could be in a casket somewhere because of the life choices I was making by hustling and selling drugs on the street. So I tell people, when you make life choices, you don't know who you can harm. And by me making them life choices, I also harm my children because me going to prison at that time, they actually didn't grow up with a father in the household. They didn't have a person they can look up to, a person who can try to mold them. And at that time, I was growing as a man. But when I came home, I picked up a lot of wisdom, understanding. I started relying more on me. I started putting more faith in God and letting Him lead all my decisions. But I also educated myself when I was in there. So the life choices you make, even in society, you still can be in prison in your mind. A lot of people still in prison in mind. Some people waking up right now just to get high. Some people waking up right now just to get drunk. Some people waking up right now just to go commit a crime. Some people waking up right now just to go hustle. Y'all see where I'm getting at. So the life choices you make, you can design your life to be good or you design your life to be bad. I had an example with some guys in the shop because we always had dialogue in there. I said, one guy was talking about he want to have another child. I said, dude, you got 3 kids. You ain't take care of Hawk. And me and Hawk about the same age. He about 58 years old. And he started laughing. And another thing, you're not financially stable to take care of another child. And a couple other guys said, well, I would want to have another kid. But none of y'all are raising your children that you have now. Why would you want to have another child? Kids are not toys. Kids are not animals. You can't just discard them. You can't just keep handing them off to family members because you don't feel like taking care of the kid. And then I told them, a lot of y'all in here doing wrong. Some of y'all hustling and game banging. So who would be a more productive father? Not saying you're going to be the best father because you work a 9 to 5 or you can't be a great father from hustling, but it's a liability when you hustling and trying to raise a family. You're going to be on the street, you can get unalive or go to prison. If a person working a 9 to 5, at least he's trying to be a person that's being responsible. See, people don't understand that. They think it's a game. They think life is a game. Life is not a game. I don't fucking play games with my life. I set a course, I have a goal, and I try to smash that goal every 12 months. And if I don't, I add it on to the next goal. And some people, like I said, they just go through life at every minute, every second. I see people do that a lot. And they don't realize they don't have to be like that. They don't have to be like that. Or like I'm out of town. We ran into a guy that's homeless. We talked to you until he's intelligent. He wasn't even really a dirty homeless person. So I'm like, damn, is he hustling? Because he wasn't a dirty individual. He didn't smell. His face was well groomed. His nails weren't really dirty. So I'm like, wow. But he talked to and he told us about some of his situation. So there's still a person out here still trying to strive, but they were honest about this situation. Some people will never be honest about this situation, so you can never help them. But see, by him being honest and truthful with us, it made us want to help him. Ran across him last night. He was sitting out there, said he had a hard day. He took the day off, had his head down. We talked to him, might have uplifted him. So this might give him an opportunity to get out of there because God might have led us to him because he was honest about this situation. More people will never be honest about this situation. You tell a person stop getting high, they were making a fucking excuse. It's hard. It ain't hard. You're making it hard because you said you want to get high. You tell a person stop being drunk. Well, man, it's hard. You tell a person stop smoking. Oh, I can't. That's bullshit because too many people did it. You ask a person why they poor, they can't tell you. I can tell you why you're poor because you're buying bullshit. You don't work. You don't put in extra work. You don't save your money, put it up. That's why. And then why we fella in our community called, we make a lot of excuses for people to be failures. Or a person gonna say, well, your delivery. What the fuck? Jesus, Malcolm X, Farrakhan, Martin Luther King. They all had a different delivery, but it's the same fucking message. It's all depends how you're willing to receive it. Do you want me to be passive with you and say, oh, you know what? You can do better, baby. Or do you want to be, oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to raise my voice? It don't matter what the delivery is, you still ain't going to receive the message if you ain't willing to receive the message. A message can come in all kind of ways and form it from any other person. It can never know who. The devil even have a message for you. So once you get out here, man, start living your life, you gotta stop. Good morning. You gotta stop complaining about what's going on. If you constantly complaining and making excuses about your failure, nobody really cares a fuck. The only one who care about you complaining is you and the person inside of you that's internalizing that bullshit. You don't want to be that person always complaining about something. It ain't going to change nothing. Me, I don't make a lot of complaints in my life because I know I'm well blessed. So it's no need for me making complaints. Jesus and Martin Luther King are very, very different than the other two. Don't trip. Exactly. Jesus and Martin Luther King are very different, but they still had the same message. Don't matter how you deliver it. Jesus really was a hardcore dude. If you look at Jesus, Jesus let you know Jesus really was narcissistic. And it's bad when I'm saying really think about Jesus gonna tell you how it is and stand on it. And Jesus was a humble individual. Because you're gonna like, man, I'm a son of God, you like it, you don't like it. Keep it moving. I curse you. So he stood on what he believed in. And that's the only way to make it in this world. You gotta stand on what you believe in. He said Jesus had 6-pack abs. So you got to really stand on what you believe in. And nowadays, people don't stand on what they believe in. People are so much followers that they got to agree with people just to have a friendship nowadays. And that's really is a disservice to the people you're around. Well, you say Martin Luther King. Hold up, really. Hey, really, tell me where you're from. For one, I'm from Ohio. You said Martin Luther King and Jesus both preach nonviolence. That's bullshit. That bullshit. Want me to tell you why Jesus didn't preach, or Minnesota? Want me to tell you why Jesus didn't preach nonviolence? And this is me saying it, you can look it up. If you see the day when Judas had Jesus betrayed by the centurions, right? So centurions told Judas, hey, let us know, because they didn't know who Jesus was. They said, whisper in his ear. Once you whisper in his ear, we will apprehend him. So Jesus came into the courtyard. Judas walked up. See, with two Judas. It was Judas, and then it was Judas Iscariot. Judas Iscariot was a whole different Judas. He was cool. So he walked up to Jesus, whispered in his ear. The Roman centurions, they grabbed him. Peter grabbed a sword out of his belt and cut the centurion ear off. So where's that preaching nonviolence when he guy been walking with Jesus for 7-8 years? So why would he have a knife on him if he ordained his people, his prophets, his apostles to be nonviolence? That's like me walking around with a firearm in my pocket every day, but I'm with my preacher. We don't need no weapons, man. We nonviolence. We love everybody, but I still got that gun on me. So the teaching he was teaching them, they didn't take a cord to it. And then Jesus told him to put that away. It's been ordained by God. So what Jesus preaching nonviolence, I can't say. But Jesus was willing to go hard because he stood on what he believed in. So I just got a different belief in it. Cause if I'm with nonviolence, I'm gonna tell my homeboy, man, don't bring your gun with you. He knew he had that knife on him. Cause don't forget, swords are real long. He seen them swords in dude's head. And they had to keep them sharp. So no wind, and you can't sleep on top of a sword. You got to take it off your belt. So, greed for Indian government. Greetings. Kiss the cheek, not the whispers. Also put the dude here back on. Yes, he did. He kissed the cheek. You're right. I apologize. But he did kiss the cheek. And yes, he did put the ear back on. But he also had a knife on it, a sword. And I know Jesus know. But I'm not saying that it's here or there, because don't forget they're still in violent times. And also the Bible also states that an eye for an eye, you got to protect yourself. So I can't just let somebody harm me. He said don't promote violence, but he didn't never say you can't protect yourself. So it's a difference. So you're 100% correct. And like I said, give an ear, even in this society. People think it's okay to be violent. It's not okay for you to sit there and harm somebody because you're having a bad day. People think, oh, I have a bad day, I can lash out and say what the fuck you want. But when a person lashes back out at you, you can't take it. See, if I say something with aggression, a person come back at me with aggression, I can still have a dialogue with you and let it go, because I don't fear you. And I'm not mad at you, and I'm not upset with you. So I can talk to you all day about certain shit without sitting down and getting mad, because at the end of the day, the conversation really don't mean shit. Eye for eye lead the world blind. Right, it do lead the blind. But what's up, Derek? But see, what we got to do, though, we got to also make sure that when we do certain stuff and have certain dialogue, we got to make sure that our people is on that same accord. Because we don't make sure our people on that same accord, there's going to be a lot of people out here that can go to hell fire. Jesus told the recipe right before it happened. Sell a cloak and buy a sword. Kind of wild. Yes, Jesus told them to buy swords. But like I said, he didn't buy the swords for the violent purposes. Don't forget, they was in very violent times. They were being hunted down. You know, we all men. No man going to let himself be put in a corner. I don't care. The weakest man in the world going to come out that damn corner. You put an animal in a corner, they're going to lash out. So he bought the sword for protection purposes, not to commit violence. Right. And I always tell people, like Michael Stranahan said, the reason he get a lot of stuff and a lot of play out of his football career, because he said even when he had his football career, he was always kind and nice to everybody he interacted with. He said, and that built a lot of relationships, because wherever he go in life, he said, people always willing to help him no matter what nationality, because he was a nice individual. See, a lot of people don't understand. When you be an asshole and constantly be an asshole, nobody going to help you. Nobody going to help you. Everywhere I go, I try to be nice to people. I would try to be nice to the person who had less than the person who had more, because a lot of people are kiss asses. I don't care you're a billionaire. I'm going to talk to that homeless person with more respect than that billionaire. And the reason why, because the homeless person is in a situation where he's fighting to get out. A billionaire might be an asshole. So I'm going to treat you accordingly. I don't care nothing about your money, because I don't need you for nothing. And a lot of people have a tendency to treat the homeless person worse than a billionaire. Here another one. Just really think about it. A person would go to a strip bar, right? They would throw thousands of dollars at the stripper. The stripper going to pick the money up. She going to take that money home and give it to a bum-ass dude who don't have a car. Then you'll be driving down the street, you'll see a homeless person on the corner that asks you for a damn dollar. The first thing you're going to say out of your mind, man, I ain't giving that motherfucker nothing, she'll get a job. But wow, you just threw $2,000 to a stripper to make you think that she like you, and in your demonic mind, you really think this motherfucker like you, knowing that she a professional hoe. But you won't give this young man $1 on the street corner. See, that's the difference. I'm going to get $1 to the man on the street corner. I'm not going to throw a person at a job profession that they going to work to be a prostitute, no money. It's a different mindset. God said the poor will surely see the kingdom of God. Right. What is the time you sat down and talked to a homeless person? Let's be honest. Hey, I'm glad you said that, Carpy. You said, when is the last time you sat down and talked to a homeless person? Let's be honest. Hey, bro, we took a homeless person, we talked to him, we bought some drinks from him, some waters. We talked to him. He told us this situation. He didn't ask for nothing. I said, bro, let's go get you some shoes. We went and bought him some brand new Adidas tennis shoes. And then we seen him last night. We asked him, was he okay? He said, yeah, it was cool. He said he's just having a hard day, had his head down. Then he started talking to her. He gave us some good quotes and started laughing. So yesterday and the day before yesterday, so Friday and Saturday, I actually talked to a homeless dude that we had a relationship with, and we actually bought him brand new Adidas tennis shoes. And then we're going to see him today. If I see him today, I'll sit there and do a video with him. See, my thing is, man, I don't care about feeding the poor. See, I put money aside to help people. I love helping people. This life ain't about me. I didn't live my life. If I can help somebody with $30, $40, I'm going to give it to them. But I'm not going to let you out-slick me. I know some people out there not really homeless. They think they slick is a hustle. But you can really tell the ones in Syracuse, he was out there hustling, trying to make a way by selling Gatorade and bottled waters. He wasn't asking nobody for nothing. We took it upon ourselves and said, hey, man, we'll buy you some shoes. What kind of shoes you want? He said, I want some Vans. He went there, he didn't like the Vans. He ended up getting some Adidas Forms. I went hunting for 4 years. So I have a special care for less fortunate. Derek, I was never homeless, and I thank God for that. I've never put that in that situation. But I always cared about all the people less fortunate because you never know what situation you're gonna be in. You can be a doctor, a lawyer, a politician. Anything can happen. A person being homeless, man, don't mean they're a bad person. They might be going through a bad situation. That don't mean they ain't gonna bounce out that shit. They can bounce out that, man, and become billionaires or multi-millionaires. There's a lot of people that been homeless, man, that came to greatness. So nobody should never look down nobody homeless. Now, if you put yourself in a situation, made yourself homeless because you're an alcoholic and high, hey, we got to get you some kind of treatment. And then some people are out there homeless called a mental illness. And then some people just couldn't take the weight of the world no more. Like I went to prison. I never drank before I went to prison. I never got high a day in my life. I come out of prison, my first drink in my 40s. But I know some people who never drank before got high, come out of prison, the weight of the world beat them up, now they addicts. Even though the another guy is homeless now. Damn, I didn't know that. Even these nuts, damn. I know you're talking about the young guy be saying these nuts. I didn't know he was homeless. See, I thought he was making a lot of money because we ran across him in Vegas. What was it like? Hey, Derek, somebody said, what was it like in the winter? See, one time about in the winter, most time people homeless in the Midwest on the East Coast, where they're going to get real cold, they will have shelters in place for them. What about the people who are born homeless? Well, that's a different topic because it is a lot of people that are born homeless, but in the United States of America, if a child is born in this world, it's still resources for us. But in a third world country, damn, I can't really speak on that because I didn't seen it when I was in third world countries, when I was in the military, and I seen kids out to 2 or 3 years old walking around with nothing on, and their parents out there homeless. So that's a tragedy. But in America, it's really stuff that we have in place that can help people. Yeah, he was homeless in Vegas. That was they filming. It was his manager. Oh, okay, yeah, because I seen him in Vegas, and I had talked to him. I never slept in the shelter. I find a trash room or garbage stairwell. Derek, you know what, man? You really got to thank God, bro, for what you done came through and what you're doing now. Man, that you can have a powerful message. So when you start going live, Derek, man, make sure you invite me in, man, because you, how you doing from the Philippines? Derek, you got a very strong ass message that I know you can help somebody. You said Jesus saved you, you got to talk about that. And don't shy away from it. I do not shy away from me being incarcerated. I don't give a fuck, people. I don't care what your background is. I would tell you I've been incarcerated. That don't make me less of a human being because I come from a good background. I made bad decisions and choices after I came out of the military. So you need to tell people your trials and tribulations that you was homeless. You homeless, love, you're very cheerful. Right, be cheerful, man. That homelessness made you a business owner. That homelessness made you an investor. You being homeless also gave you a truck that you make money from. So you been homeless, Derek, man. Talk about it because somebody else can hear this message. That's why I always tell people about me being incarcerated. When I get on here, I was saying prison story. I would tell. Then I got away from that because I don't want to keep saying stuff about prison. Let people add me because I don't want to put that back and spit it out my life because they said what you talk and what you ask for, you can also receive. So now I talk about finances more, but a person tell me about my incarceration, I tell them about my journey. The only thing that I'm upset about that and really still dealing with is that my parents never really seen my progression into the man I am now. Cause when I got home, my father was already sick with cancer. My mother had cancer, but she wasn't diagnosed. So when my father had died, I was still in Barber College. So they never see me. My father never see me actually get my license. He still see me in his mind. He thinking I'm still struggling, even though I was working a job and on Barber College. But he never see me become the man that he raised me to be. And then my mom had took on sick. I had just completed Barber College, got my license, and I was working in a barbershop called Headquarter Barbershop. So she only seen me get my license, and she only seen me work that 9 to 5 because I was working at a place called High Tech. She never even seen me work at Dana Corporation. and I working at a barbershop called Headquarters. So she never seen me as a business owner. She never had seen me as a real estate owner. She never seen me in the stock market. She never seen me trying to mature into the person she wanted me to be. So that's the only thing that I feel sad for, because I know they went into that journey taking their last breath. They still, in their mind, even though I wasn't struggling, in their mind they might have thought their son still was struggling and was their son gonna make it. So that's the only thing that I really regret, because they never seen me make that change. I was homeless and lived in my car for years, not even having houses built from ground up. Don't be good. Don't think God thank yourself. No, Blue Baron. He should thank God if he have a higher power. I believe in God, so everything that happened in my life, I thank God. Now, if you don't have a higher power and believe in God, that's okay. But you shouldn't tell that brother, don't thank God, because he thanking God, he taking away from the glory of God for putting him in the situation he in. But he don't have to, he can also thank himself. I thank myself because I had the willpower. But the only reason I had the willpower because I asked God to lead me. Hey, Jacoby, if you can you put your page on live and let us know so we can follow you? Everybody on here, put your page on here so people can follow you. Tell them your business, because this can help somebody, and how they can get in touch with you. But everybody, please put your page on here, your social media, so I can follow you. And also, if you have a business, please put your business. If you've been homeless, please tell your testimony. I appreciate everybody, man, talking. Master Islam, your home in love, very cheerful. I'm Christian and I'm evangelist. God bless Anna, because Zelensky, comedian, made Putin a joke, and a year later he became joking to Trump. Oh yeah, hello, what are you talking about? Well, we're basically talking about people put themselves in bad situations and then they complain about it. But should nobody never complain about anything when you got 365, 7 days a week, 24/7 to do the same thing anybody else? I know some people might be dealing with mental illness, drug abuse. Some people might be dealing with learning disabilities. But hey, you can grow from that. I had learning disability. People would never know I had learning disabilities growing up. People that know from the day of birth to I was like 12 years old, I was going to speech therapy. People that know that. So, and also, but I'm a type of person, I like to fight hard for what I believe in. So when I would have a problem learning, I just go home and always read books. Then I just always ask a lot of questions. Then sometimes asking a lot of questions, talking too damn much, made people upset, but that's the way I had to learn. And then my family took that on. They understood that. And guess what? I instilled in school. So, and I didn't give up, but some people go through the same thing that I went through with the learning disability, want to give up, but I never did. And then my mother never let me give up. Amen. And like I said, man, anybody ever have a testimony, if you ever want to grow on social media, hey, see, I wasn't gonna be on it long. I've been on here almost 30 minutes, but look at that. But anybody on here, y'all keep talking about your testimony, what y'all done went through. If you talk about that, man, you're gonna change somebody's life. You're gonna change somebody's life. Think about Derek. Me and you been following each other for a while, man. Me and you always have a dialogue on TikTok. You never brought that out. You never said anything about you being homeless. I knew about your business situation. I knew you're highly intelligent because we talk about stocks and stuff and cryptocurrency. I know you're a business owner. But guess what? You told us about your homelessness. Now you should have your platform of that. Like my success out the prison. And actually an investor. I accidentally became an investor. And I say success out the prison because I didn't let my prison situation hold me back. You can have some shit for homelessness to success. I ain't telling you what to use, but have a title where people can say, well, he was homeless, but he's successful. And start speaking on your testimony, dear. Like I said, man, tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, but when I go live Tuesday in the morning, like the other day you came in, I want you to come in, man, and tell people about your testimony, because that's going to be a way to build your page. This could be your blessing, man, because like I said, you never talked about this in years. Weapon company stock, yes. Look up, if you're talking about buying weapon company stock, I can tell you about the technology. It's called Plantier. Look up Plantier. That'll be a good one that you can invest in. But it got a lot to do with like AI with the equipment and military. So, but it's kind of high right now. I think it's almost $300 a share. But hey, I don't know your finances. You might can afford it, but a lot of people really can't afford that. But if you can afford it, I think that'd be a way to go. Cause the military not going anywhere. How you spell it? I might get it wrong now. PLANITAR. PLANITAR. No, I do not smoke. That's just the way I sound, man. Yes, that's it. I know you guys maybe think I smoke. Yes, that's the symbol. PLTR. Yep. So really look that company up, because anybody want to invest in technology that got something to do with weapons, they deal with the military, but a lot of that stuff going to be robotics and AI. And the company is booming right now. But like I said, oh, okay, I thought you were talking about my voice. A lot of people say I sound funny. But a lot of people don't have that kind of money to invest in it, but you can buy partial shares. So if it's $200 a share, just put $25 in it every week or every month. You know, it'll build up, but you just got to get in there and invest in something you like. It's just of a 22-week low? Okay. Well, you know why it's a low, because don't forget the situation we go on with the wars, with the tariff, and with the new administration firing people. So the market going to reset itself. So you'll be fine. So right now, if it's low, buy into it now, because it's still like getting something on discount. Like buying a pair of Jordans for $60, they cost $250. You supposed to buy them. You can buy 4 pairs. So that's the same thing with that. If it was $200, now it's down to $100, buy 4 of them. Because like I said, it's going to go up because it's a great company. So much money pouring into the years. Yes, a lot of money pulling in, Democrat. Okay, like I said, I wasn't going to be on here too long because I got to go to my other social media page and put in at least 10 minutes. I appreciate everybody coming in. But I'm going to tell you, Derek, and everybody on here, man, that gave a testimony today, thank you. And I'm glad, man, that I met you guys, man. Y'all been rocking with me. So, Derek, when you're ready to go live, man, let me know and build on your situation, because that made you who you are. So, Derek, hold up. Them gold visas will build the economy. You know he done made billions of dollars out selling them for $5 million apiece. Have a good day, you too, brother. Democrats destroying America. The real Derek, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you being open. NBA, thank you for coming in. Blue Baron. Like I said, man, follow me. I'm going to follow y'all back. Man, I'm going to give y'all a couple more seconds. Everybody, please put your social media pages on here for people can follow y'all. Y'all can give y'all testimony. Anytime y'all go live, send me a notification. If I had time, I promise you I will come in. Because it's the way to build everybody's platform. I've been learning from people from different walks of life, different parts of the world. So this really also been a help for me, man, because it also helped me. And it keeps me abreast of what's going on in the world. Because if I get on here, if I got to get the right information, I can't say no bullshit, because I know somebody going to Google it and light me up on here. So I got to be prepared. So like I said, I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm going to shut it down now. I love all y'all, man. Have a blessed day. Peace out. And also, if you see somebody out there today that's homeless, give them $1, give them $2, buy them a meal, do something, man. And don't do it for trying to be rewarded for it. Doing it because you want to help people. Peace out. Damn.